Hello, or should I say aloha, and welcome back to another episode of Spread Some Magic 1928. Yeah, thought I had the date wrong, but yes, 1928, the year Mickey Mouse debuted in New York with Steamboat Willie. If you didn't know, that's where the 1928 comes from. Anyhow, to today's recipe, we are going to make the Masubi Fried Rice bowls that can be found at the 2025 Food and Wine Festival at Disney's California Adventure. Now, in researching this recipe, which means looking through descriptions and photos, it's not fried rice. They add egg to steamed rice, and which is what we're gonna do. I've got my egg here. We're gonna scramble it up. I've got the rice cooking in the rice cooker. That's that. Steamed rice, mix in some egg. If you want an amazing fried rice, though, I highly recommend getting this cookbook, Cook Real Hawaii. They have a breakfast fried rice that's got linguiça, bacon, and Spam in it, and it is like the best. But it is not what they did. They didn't fry rice at all. There's like not even soy sauce on the rice. So all fried rices I've seen have had like green onion, carrot, soy sauce, and egg. But not this one. It's just steamed white rice and an egg. Now onto the Masubi part. It calls for canned. I don't think they use the word Spam because it's trademarked, right? So canned ham, but that's Spam. Hawaiians love their Spam. So we're using low sodium ham or Spam. Now the problem or the hitch comes in what to fry the Spam in. It is a teriyaki-like glaze that you make yourself. You don't use teriyaki sauce, though I'm sure you probably could. It is a mix. Now, I have at least 3 recipes. I have looked at a ton of them. In this lovely Disney cookbook, we have a ham masubi, and they want you to use, it actually says soy sauce and dark brown sugar. That's what you fry up the Spam and then you add that to it. Okay. This one, my Cook Real Hawaii, has shoyu soy sauce, sugar, and mirin, which I don't have, but you can balance it with a little bit of rice vinegar and sugar to counteract the mirin. And then the other recipe given by Disney for the Spam Masubi from Aulani calls for just regular sugar and shoyu soy sauce, but no mirin. So play around with it. What we are going to do today is we are going to use the shoyu, regular sugar, rice vinegar in place of the mirin, but balance it with a little bit of dark brown sugar. So kind of combining all these recipes together to get that Spam sweet. Well, not sweet like dessert sweet, like that salty sweet balance. Now, this bowl is made with the steamed rice and egg mixture, chopped Spam that's cooked Masubi style, and topped with furikake, which you can get at Trader Joe's or any grocery store, and then umami mayo. This is umami mayo, Kewpie. You can get it online, you can get it at some grocery stores, and it is delicious if you've never had it. However, when you look at the pictures, it is red in tint, and mayo is not red. So we are gonna actually add a little sriracha and make an Asian style sriracha mayo to go on top of our Masubi bowls. This is quite a common mixture in sushi, and this has the nori and the seaweed in the furikake. So we're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna dice up our Spam, get that frying, make our sauce to give it that teriyaki, and scramble our egg, and then we'll be back to assemble our bowl. For the sriracha mayo, add mayonnaise to a small bowl and sriracha and a dash of soy sauce. And mix it really well. It really is that easy, and you can make it as spicy or as mild as you want. For the Spam glaze, we are going to do a 1/2 cup sugar, a 1/2 cup shoyu, 1 teaspoon dark brown sugar, and then 2 tablespoons rice vinegar. Stir to combine. Open up your Spam container and slice it into bite-sized cubes. Once all your Spam is chopped up, add it to a fry pan over medium heat. Stir frequently until brown on all sides. Once fully brown, add the glaze. And stir, ensuring all pieces get coated. Cook until the sauce becomes a thick glaze-like consistency. All right, we've got a serving of rice in the bowl. So we're gonna add some of our egg to that and just mix it around because literally that was the description. Got that. It's almost like a candied Spam. And I know some of you are thinking that's gross, but if you've never had Masubi, this is actually a very easy way to eat it without some of the work that involves wrapping it. All right, we've got that egg kind of mixed in, so we're gonna dump it here. I can use that. And next we're gonna add our Spam on top with some of that glaze that's in the pan, although I don't think it had this much glaze. So some of the complaints were that this was bland without soy sauce. It might be a little on the less salty side, but Spam is pretty salty. But I don't know. Steamed rice is kind of bland. So we're gonna add that. Look at that gooey sauce. If you just let it cook down, oh, it's delicious. Okay, it's probably enough. We're gonna drizzle on some of that sriracha umami mayo. Give that a try. Yep, that's about the right color. If you look at pictures in the park. And then, ooh. So FYI, the Trader Joe's furikake doesn't have like a regulator. So it comes out pretty fast if you're not careful. I'm just gonna give it a tiny little sprinkle. And there we have it. The Masubi Fried Rice from Disney California Adventures Food and Wine Festival 2025. I forget what booth this is at, but couldn't make it to the park, so I made it at home. Let's give it a try. This looks so good. Get a little egg, a little rice. Definitely want that mayo seasoning in there. Cheers. The Spam is delicious. That glaze with the mayo is fantastic. Now, one of the complaints was that it was chewy in the parks. The nature of the food festival, I can imagine, because it's probably is going to get more chewy, but straight out of the pan, it's fantastic. Yes, the rice is plain. This is not fried rice, right? Steamed rice mixed with egg isn't, but I'm thinking loving the Spam with that sriracha mayo, or the Masubi type Spam with sriracha mayo. When you have Masubi, it's not usually with sriracha mayo on it, and it's one of my favorite condiments. So you can give this a try. Highly recommend getting that cookbook and making the breakfast fried rice. But you could at least cook the Spam like this and that mayo, and it's really, really tasty, I think. But the rice needs to have some zhuzh to it, if you know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, thanks for stopping by today. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe, and spread some magic wherever you are. Until next time.